The importance of weather forecasting accuracy is all the more pertinent whenever a typhoon is on its way to Taiwan. Autumn typhoons in 2024 highlighted just how difficult it is to track and forecast storms. To make better forecasts, the Central Weather Administration has been upgrading its high-performance supercomputers and even helped train a cutting-edge generative AI forecasting model by Nvidia. Let's see how that works in our Sunday special report.
The annual Tour of Grand Taipei cycling challenge has been held early autumn for more than 20 years. However, the 2024 edition was the first to be postponed, the reason being none other than Typhoon Krathon.
Even during the pandemic, we went ahead as usual. This time's an exception, and it's because of Typhoon Krathon.
Originally, Typhoon Krathon was forecasted to have an impact on Taiwan for 2 days. That it lingered off the coast of southern Taiwan for more than 48 hours was unexpected. The heavy rains that followed after it left devastated many areas covered by the cycling challenge, including Shanzhi, Shimen, and Ruifang in New Taipei, as well as Keelung.
Of course, we decided to postpone out of consideration. People will be busy with disaster relief, and it's really insensitive if 1,000 to 2,000 of us went past having fun. That's also a reason.
Due to the changing seasons and the northeasterly seasonal monsoon, an autumn typhoon like Krathon presents high levels of uncertainty, both in its path and precipitation level. And it wasn't just slow. Krathon kept going off course, delaying its landfall. Northern Taiwan even got 2 days of work and class suspensions despite the fair weather, drawing complaints from businesses.
Our Central Weather Administration should use AI and technology to make accurate predictions. Work suspensions really cause great difficulties to industries such as manufacturing and healthcare. The Central Weather Administration should make accurate weather forecasts.
Work and class suspensions incur economic losses for businesses and individuals alike. So how can weather forecasts be more accurate? The Central Weather Administration has a wide array of observation systems, from weather stations to radars on land to satellites in space. Observatory data from these systems are integrated into the satellite images we often see on television. But it's not just describing what's on the image. Weather forecasters also pore through reports from all over the world before a broadcast. Lin Bingyu, who's been a forecaster for 16 years now, told us that Taiwan's computing technology used to lag behind other countries. That's why the Central Weather Administration's data didn't used to be their primary reference, since forecasts from more advanced countries were more accurate.
以前我们用的会很习惯的使用国外的美国啊、欧洲啊。
In the past, we'd use data from the US, Europe, and Japan. Forecasters are a realist bunch. If your data isn't the most accurate, then we won't reference it. Our in-house modules didn't used to be my top choice. However, 10 years ago, our modules improved by leaps and bounds. Now we cannot do without the administration's data.
It's only been 10 years since Central Weather Administration upgraded its hardware and software, resulting in more accurate forecasts.
在20年前，我们的台风路径预测准确度
20 years ago, the accuracy of our tropical cyclone track forecasting, or rather the forecast error rate, was still up to 150 kilometers, but now it's 60 to 70 kilometers. In these 20 years, we've continued to improve, and the improvement shall continue. As long as there's still inaccuracy, we must work hard to reduce it.
This is the server room at the Central Weather Administration. It houses over 15 stacks of supercomputers, costing more than 1 billion NT in total. Because of their high performance speeds, the supercomputers can process live data from weather stations anywhere and quickly produce weather forecasts with mathematical and physical formulas. But what they can't do is decipher graphic data. That's why in 2021, the Central Weather Administration procured Nvidia's general processing unit that not only processes graphics, but also accelerates the processing speeds by 10 times. What's more, Nvidia had also developed a Cordiv generative AI model and offered it free of charge for the Central Weather Administration's use. It's trained with typhoon tracks from the past 4 years. With Cordiv, the track forecasts for Typhoon Gemi and Typhoon Yagi in 2024 were highly accurate, showcasing the power of the generative AI model.
人工智慧模型
AI models are usually more converged and the forecasts are closer to actual tracks. With Typhoon Gemi, we can see what we've got here. This is the track forecast made by the European Commission's AI model, and this is by Nvidia's model, and there's also Google's. We aggregated the forecasts and came up with this average forecast. At present, for tropical cyclone tracking forecasts more than 3 days, AI models are clearly at an advantage.
AI models not only improve the accuracy of forecast, they can also predict the effects of climate change on Taiwan decades down the line. How? It's done by constructing a digital twin of the Earth with data on land formations, temperature, and other parameters, and then get AI to do the work. The results can be referenced by government agencies for policy planning.
透过我们的资料的整备
By rounding up our data, we can predict the future with forecasting models. So currently, through computing, we can immediately know what the weather will be like 3, 5 days, or even 1 month from now. It can also be applied to climate research, modeling the scenario in 30, 50, and 100 years. If you're going to collect real-world data without AI, then it's going to take a long time.
Even though AI can process large bodies of weather data, it's still limited in application, especially in the case of Taiwan, which has a small area but diverse landscapes, with high mountains, deep valleys, and plains all found on the main island. That's why, despite advancements in AI models, forecasts on precipitation and wind levels are still not accurate enough.
我们自己的预报可以看到3公里1小格或1公里1小格。
Our own forecasts have a 3-kilometer resolution, sometimes even 1 kilometer. With a 3-kilometer resolution, you can make smaller chunks, but the AI data we get from other countries usually have a 15-kilometer or 25-kilometer resolution, which is rougher, and we need a higher resolution for better accuracy.
其实要来预报我们台湾地区的这些地区性的天气。
It's actually very difficult to make regional weather forecasts for Taiwan. Current models don't reflect well the effects of land formations.
To increase the accuracy of AI models, it's important to increase the resolution by downscaling each grid, so now they're 2 kilometers by 2 kilometers instead of 25 kilometers by 25 kilometers.
如果在很大范围，它就这样过去了。
If it covers a large area, then it'll treat everything underneath it as the same. But in reality, there may be a land formation in the way blocking the wind and keeping the rain to one side. Downscaling means that the area covered is smaller and closer to the reality on the ground.
Many advanced countries have incorporated AI models into weather forecasting. In mid-October 2024, the Central Weather Administration even invited the Japan Weather Association to participate in an annual weather forum. Japan Weather Association Division Head Mori Yasuaki said that even though his country references AI a lot, they wouldn't completely rely on AI-generated data. His view was echoed by Taiwan's forecasters, who believed AI models are merely tools to facilitate weather forecasting. They believed AI models won't replace conventional physics models.
因为数据很多。
Because there's so much data now, computers can help us with many things, while humans have experience. So even though there are so many AI forecasts now, in the end, they're just tools. We as humans need to discern how AI has performed in the past and not blindly believe that AI must be the best.
AI models must be compared against conventional models, since AI-generated forecast is based on past data generated by conventional physics models. Only by improving conventional forecasting will the accuracy of AI predictions improve. This can only be done with the best computing hardware. That's why the Central Weather Administration is earmarking a 100 million NT budget for equipment upgrades to improve forecasting accuracy.
准很重要，因为也永远在改善。
The point is whether we're accurate. Accuracy is important, and we're always improving. There are some weather forecasts that can't be 100% accurate, but even if 100% accuracy isn't possible, we still have supplementary measures. Such as with short duration rainfall, what we do is we monitor a series of observation data and warnings to improve forecasting accuracy.
Going back to cycling, the Taiwan KOM Challenge, held on October 25, 2024, saw cyclists ride from the plains to mountains with altitudes of 3,000 meters. They surely encountered great challenges in weather conditions and temperatures along the way. Forecasting accuracy could make or break sporting events like the Cycling Challenge. With generative AI and long-standing conventional knowledge, weather forecasting is on the way to becoming more powerful than ever.